that out. There's so much snow. Oh my god. It's a crazy amount of snow we've had. This is nuts. Everything is covered with snow. Holy cow. Wow. I am not shoveling all this stuff. So the job I gotta do, holy cow. Job I gotta do today is we were down to like minus 27, minus 30 there last week, and the water froze outside, and all we had in the bus was like what we had stored, and even the inside had frozen because we stepped out for 3 hours, and the walls got so cold they froze pipes on the inside, so I gotta build a bypass there. But yeah, this is what we're living like right now. Just a ton of snow. Way up in the mountains of Kelowna. It's really quite cool, but not what I was planning on living in. Look at the level. Yeah, it's pretty far up there. Yeah, looks like a snow bus now. Skirting is working well, except for well, it got really cold and froze our pipes, so today I gotta create some storage, get that cube filled up for in case it gets down there in temperature again, and we can, you know, not worry about the outside so much and just conserve on the inside. Be more prepared, because I'm definitely not gonna, the only alternative to that is to pull out a garden hose, you know what I mean, and hook it to one of these guys and actually like turn on something that's meant for to be winterized, because these are open right now. They're winterized, they're dry, so I don't want to, and dealing with a hose in the winter, it's going to be all stiff. I'd have to run it over to that thing on the other side, the fill port, and wait, and I'm not going to do that. I just want to have a valve on the inside that fills that other tank, and I've got a way to do it. Anyhow, I'll get that done and I'll make a video. Alright, so I've gone ahead and moved some things. So we had like same freezing temperatures there, and the outside water, like somewhere in the ground, froze, and all this stuff in front of the foil, like the wall got so cold that the pipes froze even on the inside, because we had stepped out for about 3 hours. And the sucky part of it was that I only had the storage tank like half full. So now, like I was saying, to fill it up I would have to hook a hose up outside, like run it around the corner, like a stiff shitty hose in like minus 27, and I just decided I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna put in I'm gonna cut in right here. You can see like the supply line coming from shore right here, and if you follow it, this would be the valve that stops it from, or you would turn this on if you're pumping from the storage tank, and you would isolate this one because you wouldn't have shore water. So I want to cut one in right here and valve it off somewhere in this area, run it over around the water pump and everything, and tied in right here. So just with the simple movement of when you do have shore water, you can turn the valve on, sit there and fill this tank, and then next time, when you don't have access to the water outside, that means we got about 75 gallons of water to pull from and correct that problem or wait it out, right? So we got by for, I don't know, about a week or so with half a tank, and that was budgeting, right? But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do here. And I got my time lapse rolling. So let's get that done, and then yeah, I kind of want to have the valve right here. I was in a toss-up about putting it under here, but if something, say we were to throw something under there for storage and hit the lever, then all of a sudden we're filling up that tank, or we're just gonna mix up like how things are supposed to happen with the pump. It's supposed to go one direction, right? So somebody makes that mistake and flips the wrong valve, it's just going to fill and fill and fill that tank till it pretty much pours out on the outside of the bus, and no one's going to catch it. So I may even take the handle right off, like after I've got the valve on, so that it doesn't get tripped or touched. Something to say that it's like not to be messed with, right? So plumbers do that once in a while, so nobody touches their shit. The rest of it doesn't matter. And then I should probably take this handle off too eventually, because if that was to get bumped, that would drain the whole 75 gallons like right out underneath the bus, and that would suck. But it hasn't happened. I might toss a couple zip ties on there, just to keep that in place. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to it. I brought in all the tools. I had to crawl under the bus in the snow to pull all that crap out, and like a civilian now, I have to buy all my shit at Home Depot. So I have like 5 Vita pecs and some tees and elbows and shit, and I'm gonna get this done so that next time we're in a pinch, we don't have to screw around. Catfish. where's the time-lapsey thing? Oh, there it is. Anyways, so I've made my tie in there. How can I best describe it? This one right here. This is our water coming in from outside, right there with the arrow. You can shut it off and just isolate the whole bus if you want to. But this is on right now because all that water is working, but it was frozen, right? So if it wasn't, say it wasn't, was frozen out there, we would have this one open, this one closed, and we could pump into our system. Right, but now while we have shore water right now, in theory, all I should have to do now, I've teed in right here. It just kind of goes down and under, and it wraps in right here at the storage tank. And it can't go this direction because the pump is here when I turn it on, but I can isolate it. There's a little valve right here, so it should go yes. Should go right into the tank. So let's test it out and see if it works. I want to see it both ways. I want to see if I'm just going to leave this guy open. Shouldn't pump anywhere. There's no demand for anything. So like water is just going to go the direction of least resistance, right? Which is into this tank. So while we have shore water, all we should have to do is just trip that lever, that valve right there, and it should start filling that tank as long as this guy's on, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See how nothing happened, because there's nowhere for it to go right now. It's got to go this way. And around. So let's see what happens when I do that. So I'm now filling the tank up with shore water. There's no water blasting anywhere and nothing is running. There's no faucet or shower working. It's just I'll put a little mark right there. I'll just let her rip. You see the ripples in there. See how it's going in? So it's going in backwards instead of like coming in that feed port at the back. So I don't have to go outside to do this anymore, and we can store like the 75 gallons of water on here that we need for travel, or like obviously like an emergency like we had the other day. The only kind of fucky thing is I don't want anyone to hit this valve like ever, or else we'll have there's no safeguard against like overfilling that tank and having water. Like it would just go outside of the bus, but in a cold that would kind of suck balls, right? So yeah, so you can see how it's gone up from my mark. So we'll just keep that. Now we can keep like 75 gallons of water on here, and if that water goes out, like if it freezes or if we're not connected, we've got it. But once we got a connection again, even to like someone's house or a store or anywhere we can pump in, or just neighbor or whatever the hell has to happen, we can just fill, so that's cool. We can probably, I think with enough, yeah, I'll have to think about it, because we can actually probably just get a better pump now and throw it into our tote at in Alberta, and then we don't even have to listen to this cheap ass piece of shit run all the time, and we can maybe have like normal pressure. So that's something to think about in the summer, but for now I just want to kind of get by and not be able to do my fucking dishes like everyone else and take a shower. Cool. See it filling. So that's awesome. I like it a lot. All the instructions are like behind that foil there, but I'm not removing that till winter's done and we're back in Alberta. But I'll show Sally how to do this, and then it's just flipping 2 valves and we're good. But pretty awesome. And I like it. It's in my control station here, where all the valves for everything are. I should probably just hang like little tags off there, but I really like the map. So propane. Anyways, hey there, kitty cat. So you really gotta, like I said, just you gotta watch this thing. You don't have to watch it, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna peace out of the video. I still have dishes to do and stuff like that, and I got a show tomorrow that I gotta get ready for. So I got lots of things to do, but this is on the list today. So cool. I'm gonna end it. I'll see you at the show.